My name is Jon Thompson. I was a Vietnam pilot, reconnaissance pilot, and I was exposed to Agent Orange while I was there. I was followed for several years by the Veterans Administration to see if I was impacted by that, and they discovered 5 years ago that I had prostate cancer. I did a lot of research and decided to go to Houston because I could get proton radiation treatment down there. Proton radiation is exactly what they have at St. Jude's now. And I can tell you that it was a very, very positive experience. I went there with my wife. We had to go rent an apartment for 2 months, and we did a 30-minute treatment every morning. And our biggest decision of the day was where we go eat for dinner at night. We called it radiation vacation. It was such a positive experience. And I can tell you that the proton radiation experience is wonderful. And after 5 years, I was declared proton cancer free. And because of that, I was also the former director of the Wonder Series here in Memphis, Tennessee, and produced the first Titanic exhibition in the world. And when I discovered that I had cancer of my prostate, I felt like I was on the Titanic and had hit an iceberg. After I was declared cancer-free, I opted to present to my doctor and staff at MD Anderson a lifeboat from the Titanic. And this is what I presented them because I hit an iceberg, I was on the Titanic, and they were my lifeboat. That was my experience with my first case of cancer. After 6 years, I came back to Memphis, and I was determined to have esophageal cancer 1 year ago. Again, I did a lot of research, and I determined that West Clinic here with Dr. Wexler was the very best place for treatment in the entire world. Dr. Wexler removed most of my esophagus and made a new one out of my stomach and gave me the right to live. I didn't have to have radiation, didn't have to have chemotherapy, and after 1 year, I am cancer-free. Now, this was an incredible experience for me, and I'm so proud to be able to explain this to my friends at St. Jude. Courage through cancer is so important. And the person that is most responsible for me through my life to be able to handle this without any fear, without any discouragement, because I never once thought that I wasn't going to get through this process, was my mother. As a young person in Colorado, my mother told me, and I remember these words to this day now. She was a first-generation American. Her parents came from Sweden. And whether I was going to school, whether I was delivering papers, or whether I was going to basketball or baseball practice, she called me aside and said, "Remember, show your colors." That was a very concise summation of all the discipline, the love, the courage that a parent could give someone. And this was to my twin brother and myself because we had lost our father while we were still in grade school. But it was her way of telling us to make her proud. Show your colors. And it doesn't matter if it's the colors of your family, the red, yellow, and blue colors of St. Jude's, the colors of your school, or the colors of your nation. Make your family proud, make yourself proud, and show your courage by showing your colors. Now you ask me, how would you do that? And I can tell you, as St. Jude's youngsters who are going through this challenge of facing cancer, all you have to do is make your parents proud by showing your colors. And when you do, you will be able to go through after your experience at St. Jude's and pick a cause and a banner that you can show your colors to the rest of the world. And never in history, you will always remember that there's no place where you have more love, more freedom, and more opportunity than at St. Jude's here in the good old USA.